Hello gamers, in current time there are many games that come out in a year, from AAA masterpieces to a cash grab of like a card game that's on the Steam store for like $10,000, and indie games made in the Unity or Unreal Engine that no one will ever play. So it can be hard to find or see games that you may be interested in. It also doesn't help that in the modern landscape there are so many ways for games to be presented to you, from ads on stuff like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok and all that, to people just telling you about games, kind of like what I'm doing now. So the game I want to have a little bit of a talk about is a game called Lies of P, a Souls-like game. This is one of those games that in a past life I probably would have never even heard about. But as I was scrolling through TikTok on my break at work, I saw someone talking about this game. And then of course like Google's mad ad AI that just serves you anything you mention even slightly once. I would not stop seeing the game after that. And then I also found out that the game has a demo. And it just happened to be on the week that I'm taking holidays from work. So I thought, why not check it out? What do I know about this game that drew my attention so much? Well, as I said, it's a Souls-like game, which even though I'm not very good at Souls-esque games, I do enjoy them for some reason. The game is a darker, grittier take on the famous story of Pinocchio, which sounds like it could be done very well or very bad. But I don't think we will truly know until the game's released later this year. But I also always like to support games based on like old stories and stuff like that, because if there's one thing I want more than anything in the world, it's a narratively driven game based around or in the King Arthur legend. Like, I would kill someone for that game. So when you start the demo, you have an option to pick from 3 classes. The Path of the Cricket, which is a balanced combat style of both strength and dexterity, which of course, being balanced gives you pretty evenly distributed stats, which I'm sure you could insert the whole chuck about Jack of all trades is a master of none, ignoring the fact that the full quote is a Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Anyways, that's not important. The next class is the Path of the Bastard, which is a high dexterity class, a fast-paced combat with high stamina at the cost of obviously low defense and health, where you can't take a hit, but boy oh boy, you can roll and dodge your way out of there like no one else. And this is the class I should have picked as it matches my playstyle very well. But instead, I went with the Path of the Sweeper, which is a high strength tank-esque class, being able to deal large amounts of damage, however with very low stam and long swing times. Only able to hit the enemy a couple times if you don't manage your stamina well enough. But I'm not gonna lie, the only reason I picked this class instead of the Class of the Bastard, the one I probably should have picked, is because Pinocchio had a massive sword and I like big swords. So, will I be buying Lies of P when it comes out? Yeah, probably, most likely. Maybe I'll even do a full video on it when it comes out. Who knows? I don't. But this game reminds me of the game Vampire, if you've ever heard of that. I don't know why, as they look nothing alike, and Vampire is not a Souls-like game. But I feel they may go down the same path as each other, that being good games that are enjoyable to play, but maybe they have a couple issues on release that are a bit buggy. It's a good idea, it doesn't quite work, and just no one ends up talking about it or playing it. Only time will tell for Lies of P.